Hey everyone, I'm Melanie from Streamlined Legal, where we help law firms get the most out of their practice management software. Tonight we are talking about one of Clio's newest features, and that is found in Clio Grow. We are talking about automated workflows. I am super excited. This is quite literally the first bit of automation that Clio, legit automation I will call it, that Clio has added to its suite of software, and I'm super excited and super hopeful that this will become a trend, right? This is just the beginning. That is the way that it was described in Jack Newton's keynote speech over at the Clio conference last week, and so I'm very optimistic that this is just what we're about to see for the rest of Clio. Right now we're seeing this in Clio Grow, of course, but hopefully we'll see it in Clio Manage as well. So let's head over to Clio Manage and I can walk you through what really is an easy process. And so if we come over to Clio Manage and we come over to our settings button in the lower left corner here, when we click on settings, that will take us to an option for automated workflows. And so I'm going to click on that right now. Now, what it will tell you when you get there is that right now there are 3 available templates that you can start using immediately in your Clio Grow account. And so they are very helpful. We'll walk through how to create one of those in just a minute. But it also mentions that the option to create custom workflows is coming soon. And I think that will be even more helpful and more powerful. Now, of course, for those of you that are wondering, yes, the templates that they have available right now are very strict and you either follow them or you don't. But I'm optimistic that those custom workflows will be allow us a little more flexibility. But either way, they're super easy to set up. I'm going to walk you through one right now. Right now, when we come over here to new automation, I'm going to go ahead and click that. Here are the 3 choices that we have right now. Either a rapid intake, which have these steps, a comprehensive intake with these steps, or screening inbox leads. So I'm going to walk us through an example of screening inbox leads. And so I'll select that example for now. And when it comes up, it's going to give us a title. I'm going to go ahead and just stick a 3 at the end here so we can keep track of which one we're working on. The first thing it allows us to do is to send an email. Well, as you may know from Clio Grow already has a lot of email templates. So if you don't have one set up yet, you'll need to do that. But if you do, you can go ahead and select that email here, and it will show you what email you're working with. And so I'll go ahead and select my email that I want to send out when I'm screening an inbox lead, and I'm going to go ahead and click Save there. The second step is scheduling an appointment. So I'm going to go ahead and select what type of appointment I want them to schedule, or to invite them to schedule, I should say. And so that will do our 60-minute consultation, and I'll save that. Then I'm going to go ahead and change the matter status because, of course, once they schedule that consultation, then I want to change the status to consult scheduled, right? Now, keep in mind, I'm dealing with consultations because that's what I've built out in Grow so far. But in this example, as far as sorry, I'm going to click Save. In this example, as far as screening inbox leads go, you probably don't want to schedule a consultation, right? You're probably going to schedule some shorter call with some team member that's going to be able to screen those calls for you. But we're in our example, we're going to say it's a consultation. And then the last step here is that we're going to request a form, right? And so I'm going to go ahead and select which form I want to request from them. I'll go ahead and request this pre-consult form for probate. And again, it's showing me the email default that I have set, template default that I have set for my emails. And I'm going to go ahead and save there. And that's it. That's as easy as it is. Once I've gone through all these steps and selected what it is I want to send out or what it is I want to schedule, then I can go ahead and publish this automation. Now, what it's telling me here is that once you publish it, it cannot be edited. So you would have to scrap the whole thing and rebuild it if there was something you wanted to change in your automation. So do double check and make sure that everything looks okay, or save it as a draft if you need to double check. In this case, I'm happy with it. I'm going to go ahead and publish it. Now you'll see as it starts listing these different automations, which of course we can name differently, but it's showing me which ones are published, which ones are archived, but it's also showing me which ones have run before. So for example, this one I've run twice already on 2 different matters. And if I click on there, it's going to show me which matters those were. And so that can be super, super helpful if you're looking for the matters that have run that automation for any particular reason. So I've got my screening inbox leads 3 automation that we just built out. It hasn't been run yet. As you can see, I can cancel and archive it if I want to, but I'm going to go ahead and run this on a particular client. So let's go over here and find our client Daffy Duck. And what you'll see in Daffy Duck's matter is that this is newly added, right? Let's say it just came from the Grow inbox, or maybe they just contacted us on the phone, whatever the situation is, but it's in the stage of newly added, right? So now what I'm going to do is, just like I would have taken my checklists, or what Clio Grow used to call workflows, just like I would add that here, I can go ahead and add at the very bottom here, we see screening inbox leads 3. That's the one we just created. You'll notice it has a little different icon for an automated workflow. And once I apply that, then it's going to start automatically running that workflow right away. So if you're not ready to run it, don't add it yet. But what we can do here is, as we expand this, we can see that the first email is in progress, and then the rest of these steps are coming up next, right? And then what we'll see is, as this updates and as this email goes out, it's going to start giving me more detail. And so in order to trace that and to see that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to refresh our screen here so we can see that. And again, we come back to our automated workflow number 3, and we can see that that email went out, right? Both emails, frankly. The first email that I had a template for went out at 8:16, and then the email inviting them to schedule an appointment also went out at the same time. Okay, now keep in mind, if you're not using Clio Grow's scheduler, then this may not be a helpful workflow for you. But if you are, then we do have that step that came next. And sure enough, when I do go to check my email, then I do receive that email saying, the very first email saying that I've welcome to the firm kind of email. And then I've also received this email now to schedule a consultation. Now, it's going to stay like this until the person actually schedules. So the rest of the things will not trigger until they actually schedule. So keep that in mind. We are not given at this point any flexibility as to the timing of these automations. Again, they start running the minute that we apply them. And we also are not given the option to delay any kind of automation. These next steps, as far as the status being updated and the form being sent out, those are going to happen right away once this appointment does get scheduled. And so if you're looking for some more flexibility, you may want to wait until that does come out in a later version. And so once my client does go ahead and schedule that consultation, then it's going to update and show that the appointment has been scheduled. And then it's going to go ahead and send out the remaining emails and take the remaining steps. Let me show you a quick example of that right over here. When we look at, let's see, who else scheduled a consultation recently that we can take a look at? Sarah Sue down here. So if we look at this automation, again, this was an automation that has already run an automated workflow. It's all complete, all 4 steps. And you'll see that first email went out. Then the appointment was scheduled. So she did respond to that email by scheduling for 9 a.m. appointment on the 20th. Then the status was updated by Clio automatically. It turned into consult scheduled, right? And then lastly, this email was sent out with a form that she then submitted as well, and that's marked here also. Now, of course, I can go in and I can see the form. I can see the details of the form. I can adjust the appointment if I need to on the things that have already run. But this is an example of a automated workflow that has run through completely. So again, to recap, we aren't given a ton of flexibility yet with these automations. However, I would highly encourage you to take a look at the 3 that are available now. If they fit with your workflows, I would highly recommend that you take advantage of that. I'm very optimistic this is just a sign of things to come, and I'm super optimistic to be able to get a little bit more flexibility in these so that we can start designing some that fit your workflows specifically. So thanks for joining me tonight. Have a great evening, and let me know how it works out for you. I'd love to hear your feedback on the automations. Good night.